Hello everyone, a very pleasant morning to you all. I welcome you all in this session. As we are done with electrochemistry theory and numericals, today we will see the MCQs, that is objective type of questions comes in the electrochemistry. That is, electrochemistry numerical problems appeared in the last year, and today we are going to solve only NEET questions. Those appeared almost in the 20 years of NEET questions. I will going to discuss today. So before you solve this question, before you write the answers for this question, please write down the question which will be given in the PDF form one day or 2 days before. So please write down the question in your notes, then start solving. Okay? Yes. So we are going to solve the NEET paper from 2017 to 2000. So what are all questions comes in the exam, which are appeared in the examination, that is in the NEET examination. All those questions we are going to try to solve in this class. So please make a follow. And before you solve the paper, you try to write down all the formulae comes in the chapter. It's very simple. Now the first question, it is given like this. It comes in the NEET 2017, NEET 2018 and 19 paper that we are going to solve separately. Full complete paper we are going to solve from chemistry. Today we will start from 2017 and we will go in ascending order till 2000. The first question, look at the first question. In the electrochemical cell, this is the cell given. This is the cell. This is the concentration of zinc 2 plus, concentration of copper 2 plus. This is the cell representation is given. The EMF of this Daniell cell is E1. Its EMF is E1. When concentration of zinc sulfate is changed to 1.0 molar and that of copper sulfate changes to 0.01 molar, the EMF changes to E2. From the following, which one of the following relationship between E1 and E2? These are the four options given. We need to find out which one is the correct option, and its value is also given there. Now, this is the option with this question appeared in the 2017 NEET. Let's solve this question. Now, first we will write zinc sulfate, then copper sulfate to copper. Its potential is called as E1. Its potential is called as E1, whose concentration is also given. The concentration of this is 0.01 and this concentration is 0.01. 0.01 and 0.1 molar is given. The concentration and some values is also given. Okay, fine. This is, say it is E1. This is E1, potential of E1. Now first we calculate E1. So E1 is equal to E naught of the cell. So E naught of the cell is constant because same electrons are taken. So E naught, anyhow, E naught of the cell minus 0.0591 by N log of molar concentration of this, that is zinc 2 plus by molar concentration of copper 2 plus. This is the value. Then E1 is equal to E naught of cell minus 0.0591 by N. Instead of N you can also take 2 because the number of electron exchange is 2, and here also the charge is 2 plus, oxidation and reduction takes place. So find log molar concentration of this ion, that is molar concentration of this, there is nothing but it is given here, zinc. So zinc is 0.01 molar divided by molar concentration of this is 0.1 molar. Then comes the formula. So here you can substitute this to value. Here I will change it something like this. Then E naught of cell, E naught of, sorry, it is 1.0 molar. It is 1.0 molar. I'm sorry. 1.0 molar and this is 1.0 molar. Now minus 0.0591 log. This is nothing but 10 power minus 2 when it is also written as E naught of cell minus 0.0591 into minus 2 log 10 values 1 into log 10 whose value is 1, then it becomes something like this. So by 2 to get cancelled, then E naught of cell minus becomes plus 0.0591. So this is E. Similarly, this is case 1. In the case 2, it is given to the same cell. When the concentration of zinc 2 plus changes to 1.0 molar and that of copper sulfate changes to 0.01 molar. That is called as E2. Say the same thing I will write here. Zinc sulfate whose concentration is now 1.0 and copper sulfate is 0.01 molar. Copper sulfate is something like this, then copper. Now for this same thing, everything is same, only this concentration changes, that's it. Only this concentration changes. Then E2 is equal to E naught of cell, because standard electron potential is same for both, because similar same thing we have taken, minus 0.0591 divided by 2 log of. Now tell me, molar concentration of zinc is 1 by molar concentration of 0.01. It is nothing but 10 power minus 2. 10 power minus 2 goes to the numerator 10 power plus 2. That is E cell minus 0.0591 by 2 into this minus 2. 0.01 is nothing but 10 power minus 2. When it goes to the numerator, it becomes plus 2. So it is log 10 power plus 2. Log 10 power plus 2. I will write here. Then finally, it becomes E2 is equal to E naught cell minus 0.0591 by 2 into plus 2. To get cancelled, then E naught is equal to E2 is equal to E naught cell minus of same thing minus 0.0591. See here, this is E1, that is E naught plus 0.059, E naught minus 0.059. This is the obtained values. So final answer we can write this value is more than this value. So E1 is more than E2. So this is the final value. Hence the option is B. That is option is B. E1 is more than E2. E1 is more than E2. Once again, please see here. So there are two cases given. One is the given cell where 0.1 to 1, which is called as E1, and this cell is called as E2. Its potential is E2. Now we calculated potential. So final value obtained is this one, and final value for this is this one. So this is the final solution, and the option is B. E1 is more than E2. Second question, which are appeared in the second NEET 2016 question from electrochemistry. Read the question. The molar conductivity of 0.5 moles per dm cube, that is given, is concentration is given, M molarity is given. Solution of Ag silver nitrate with electrolytic conductivity of 5.76 into 10 power minus 6 Simon per centimeter at 298 Kelvin is 4 options. You can see 2.8 Simon centimeters per square per mole, 11.52, 0.08, 28.8. Now the molar conductivity of this solution with an electrolytic conductivity of 5.7 something is given. Now concentration is given. He is asking molar conductivity, where electrolytic conductivity is also given, that is 5.76 in 10 power minus 3. Now molar conductivity is lambda m, and it is given centimeter. Then we have a direct formula. It is a direct, damn sure, direct substitution. Very simple question appeared in the NEET 2016. So the formula which we are going to use is this formula, that is lambda m equals kappa into 1000 by molarity. Where molarity value is given, that is concentration is given, kappa is given there. Kappa is 5.76 into 10 power minus 3 into 1000 upon molarity. Molarity is 0.5. So here we will once again write. So kappa is equal to 5.76 into 10 power minus 3 and molarity is equal to 0.5. These are the given values. So by using these values, just we can solve here. Just substitute the values. 5.76 into, we already substituted. Now this 1000 and this get cancelled, and this is 0.5. 5.7 by this is almost 11. Approximately it will come 11. 11. So final value just 11. Where is the 11? 11 is here. Option B is correct option. So option B is the answer. Question number 3. Again, 2 questions are repeated. 2 questions came from electrochemistry in the same year 2016. Now the first earlier question was based on the molar conductivity, and this question is based on the Faraday's law. We studied 2 laws of Faraday, first law of Faraday and second law of Faraday, and probably this question will be from the first law of Faraday. Read the question. The question given: during the electrolysis of molten sodium chloride, the time required to produce 0.1 mole of chlorine gas using a current strength of 3 ampere is 55 minutes, 110 minutes, 220 minutes, 330 minutes. These are the 4 options. Now how to find this? See here, current strength ampere is given. Chlorine gas is also given. Now what to find? Time, T we have to find out. So according to first law of Faraday, Q is equal to I into T. This is the first law of Faraday. We need to find out T. Then T is equal to Q by I. I is already given, current strength in amperes, that is I is equal to 3 ampere. Given. And also the quantity is given, 3 amperes, and the quantity, the moles of chlorine gas is given 0.1 mole. Now what to find? We need to find the time, T. Then how to solve this? It's very simple. Once again, Q quantity of current and volume of Cl in Cm. We know that for chlorine, you have written the values. Those who are not written, please once again you write down. It is known values. So 1 Faraday of current when it flows, chlorine gas must be 11,200 cm cube. Hydrogen gas must be 11,200 cm cube. Oxygen gas is 5,600 cm cube. It means when 1 Faraday, that is 96,500 coulomb of current when it flows, the quantity of chlorine gas, hydrogen gas released is 11,200 cm cube, whereas oxygen gas is 5,600 cm cube. When we discussed about Faraday's law, that time I told you, please once again repeat it. Okay. Now, quantity of coulomb, when 96,500 coulombs of current when it passes, the volume of chlorine gas release is equal to 11,200 cm when so much coulomb of current is passed. He is asking for 1 mole, 0.1 mole. We know that 1 mole of any gas is always equal to 22,400 cm cube. Then 0.1 must be equal to, it's very simple, 1 mole is so much. Then 0.1 mole is 2240 cm cube. Okay. Then, when 11,200 cm cube of chlorine gas, 96,500 coulombs of current is required. Then 2240 cm cube of gas, what quantity of current is required? That let it be Q. Then Q must be cross multiplied 96,500 into 22,240 upon 11,200. So it gets cancelled. Then it becomes almost 1 jar, this becomes 2 jar. Then just multiply. I multiply the value. We can get Q is equal to 13900. 13900. We can get the value, and obtain things or something like this. This get cancelled. Okay. So it will come so much coulomb. Then Q is equal to 19300 coulombs. Then same value substitute here. Then the value given T is equal to Q by I. I is given 3 amperes. Then 19300. Then obtained value will be somewhere around 6433 minutes. Seconds. We need to convert it into minutes. That is again by 6433 by 60 minutes, and the final value obtained is nearly you will get 108. So nearly 108 minutes. So in the option 108, that is very close to 110. Option B is the answer. That is option B is the answer. Now fourth question. There is no power, so we cannot put the question on the screen. So please read out in the. I will write the question, the given things, and also I will read the question. Question number 4. Question number 4 appeared in 2016. Question number 4. So NEET 2016 and 2011. 2 times the same question was repeated. 2 times the same question was repeated. Okay. Now, if the E0 cell, that is, if E0 cell is negative, It never be negative, it must be positive, but he himself given if E naught is negative, if E naught is negative, for a given reaction with negative value, which of the following gives the correct relationship for the value delta G naught and equilibrium constant? Now in option A, it is given delta G naught is more than 0 and K equilibrium is less than 1. In option B, given delta G naught is more than 0, okay, and K equilibrium is more than 1. In option C, delta G naught is less than 0, K equilibrium is more than 1. Then in option D, given delta G naught is less than 0 and K equilibrium is less than 1. So these are the options. We know that. I told you about the E naught for any cell is a spontaneous. So due to spontaneous cell, the value of delta G naught must be negative. Always it must be negative. So E naught of a cell must be positive. Generally E naught of a cell must be positive. If E naught of cell, if it is positive, then delta G naught is equal to minus NF E naught of cell. That means what delta G must be? If delta G naught is E naught is positive, then delta G naught must be negative. So condition I will write here, delta G naught must be negative. Delta G naught must be negative. If delta G naught is negative, then equilibrium constant K equilibrium must be positive. So if it is positive, then equilibrium must be more than 1. So these are the conditions. If delta G is negative, equilibrium constant is more than 1. When delta, that is E naught cell, if it is positive. Now given thing, you observe the question. Question himself given if it is negative. If it is negative, what would be the case? If it is negative, then all are reverse condition. Then if it is negative, if E naught cell, if it is negative, then delta G naught must be positive. That means it is a non-spontaneous reaction. Process takes place in opposite direction. And K equilibrium must be negative. That is less than 1. So the correct option is, it is positive. That means delta G naught must be more than 0. The same condition. And if it is negative, that means K equilibrium is less than 0. That is less than 1. Less than 1. So less than 1, option A. Well, we'll move on to the question number 5. Question number 5. Again the question repeated in the NEET 2016 question. NEET 2016, but second part. That year they released 2 papers, NEET 1 and NEET 2, and these are the questions were repeated in the NEET 2. And see the question, the number of electrons delivered at cathode during the electrolysis by a current of 1 ampere. So current strength is given, I is given 1 amp. Okay, given in 60 seconds, time is also given, P is equal to 60 seconds. Charge is also given, charge. Generally we don't want the charge, but still it is given, let it be, no problem. The number of electrons delivered at the cathode during when so much quantity of current is passed. He is asking how many electrons are associated with this quantity of current. How many electrons? Number of electrons we need to find now. Number of electrons. We know that. First find out the quantity of current. So quantity of current is equal to I into T. Again this problem is based on the first law of Faraday. That is I is 1 and 60. So total Q is equal to 60 coulomb. 60 coulomb. I told you 96,500 coulombs of current is work time when you multiply 6.023 into 10 power 23 Avogadro number with the charge of electron. The charge of electron is given 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. When you multiply this, you will get this value. It means to say 96,500 coulombs of current contains associated with Avogadro number of electrons, that is 6.023 in 10 power 23. When so many coulombs gives you Avogadro number of electrons, then 60 coulombs gives you what? Let it be X, unknown. Cross multiply and divide. Very simple problem. X is equal to 60 into 6.023 into 10 power 23 upon 96,500 coulomb. So after multiplying, you will get cancelled. That is approximately you will get 36 point something into 10 power 23 divided by 9650. Then if you can substitute here, I calculated the value. The obtained value will be around 3.7 into 10 power 20. You will get this number of electrons. So accordingly, we have the option. Option A is 6 into 10 power 23. Option B is 6 into 10 power 20. Option C is 3.75 into 10 power 20. And option D is 7.48 into 10 power 20. So the correct option is C. So the question number 6. Question number 6. Again, NEET 2016. Large number of questions appeared in this year from electrochemistry. Read the question. When zinc can be coated on iron to produce, so this is iron rod. This is iron rod. Where above the surface, this is iron. This coating was done. This coating, which is made of zinc. This coating was done by using zinc to produce galvanized. So this is nothing but galvanization. But the reverse is not possible. Reverse is not possible. Reverse is not possible. You can't coat iron on the surface of zinc. Why? The reason, it is because the reason zinc is lighter than iron? No. Not option. Zinc has a lower melting point than iron? No. Melting point comes only in the alloys, so it is not we talking about alloys. No, not talking about alloys. Zinc has lower negative electrode potential than iron. Zinc has lower negative electrode potential than iron. Zinc has higher negative electrode potential than iron. It is like a reasoning type, memory based question. For this, in order to understand this type of question, one should refer the electrochemical series. So, who's very perfect in the electrochemical series can solve this type of question. So, accordingly, we know that. So, the electrode potential of zinc is minus 0.76 volt. This is known value. I also explained this value. And electrode potential of iron is minus 0.44 volt. 44 volt. Just see the value. It has more negative value, higher negative value. High negative value than this. So that the reason is due to more reduction potential, iron always gets oxidizes. So iron get reduces, zinc get oxidizes because of the higher negative value, and the correct option is this option. Option D is the correct option. Option D is correct option. So question number 6. Option D is correct answer. It is just a reasoning type, memory based question. Well, question number 7. NEET 1, part 1. NEET 1, the first examination conducted 2016. See the questions. The pressure of hydrogen, that is pressure of hydrogen, P hydrogen. Required to make potential of H2 electron is 0 in pure water at 298 Kelvin, in 298 Kelvin temperature. So, like hydrogen gas in pure water get oxidized to form 2H plus 2 electrons. This is gas. In presence of platinum, this is aqueous. We need to find out pressure of hydrogen gas. Pressure of hydrogen gas. Now, we know that under pure water, in pure water, molar concentration of hydrogen is equal to molar concentration of hydroxide. If H2O is pure, if H2O is pure, H plus ion is exactly equal to molar concentration of hydroxyl ion. That means in a pure condition the values are 10 power minus 7. Even this is also 10 power minus 7. So by using this, that is molar concentration of hydrogen ion is equal to 10 power minus 7 molar. We got this value. If water is pure, we can get this value. Now, E cell is equal to E naught cell minus 0.0591 by m log of molar concentration of. That is, it is given in terms of gaseous state. Then we can take partial pressure of hydrogen by molar concentration of hydrogen. That is, this is nothing but reactant and this is product. So product by reactant. Product by reactant. So yeah, in hydrogen you can take this value. That is molar reduced state square. We can take like this. Then it is given there the potential of hydrogen electron is 0 to make, that is, this value is considered as 0. Even this is also 0 because electron potential of E naught of hydrogen to hydrogen ion is, we know that 0.0 volt, this value is always constant value. We know this value. So 0.0 volt minus 0.0591. So 0.0591 divided by, how much we got this, the number of electron exchanges to, from here to here, number of electron exchanges to, because of 2 hydrogens, 2 electron change. So log P of hydrogen by molar concentration of hydroxyl ion, we know that 10 power minus 7 whole square. 10 power minus 1 whole square. Then this is 0. Then log h2 by 10 power minus 14 is equal to this by 0, 0 only, 0. Then P of h2 by 10 power minus 14 is equal to anti-log of 0. Anti-log of 0 is 1. P of h2 by 10 power minus 14 is equal to 1. So P of h2 is equal to 10 power minus 14. Now the 10 power 14, the partial pressure is ATM pressure. So 10 power, so option C is the correct answer. So question number 8, which is put up on the board. See, it's very simple, very easy, direct question, reasoning, memory based type of question. A device that converts energy of combustion of fuel like hydrogen and methane directly to electrical energy is known as directly. It is given fuel cell. Option C. Well, next question, important question. Once again, Faraday's law. They asked in the 2014. In fact, it is a CET question. In the year CET, they asked this question. Very simple question. When 0.1 mole of MnO4 is oxidized, the quantity of electricity required to complete oxidize MnO4 to MnO4 is, these options are given. Which is the correct option? We need to find out. Simple, very easy question. 0.1. Now come here. Question number 9. Question number 9. Given thing is MnO4 2 minus converted into MnO4 minus. MnO4 minus. And also given how many mole? 0.1 mole to 0.1 mole. 0.1 mole. Now before we solve this question, try to calculate the oxidation numbers of manganese in both the case. Now here the oxidation state is like X, that is, let it be X, MnO4 2 minus, so let it be X minus oxygen charge is 8 is equal to apparent charge is minus 2, X is equal to plus 6. So plus 6, this we calculated, it comes plus 7. It comes like plus 7. So if it comes like plus 7, suppose if it is 1 mole, suppose if it is 1 mole, suppose if it is 1 mole, if it is 1 mole, then number of electron changes 1. If it is 1 mole, then 1 mole of electron. So 1 mole of electrons, we know that 1 farad. 1 mole of electrons means 1 farad. 1 mole of electron is equal to 1 Faraday or 96,500 Coulomb. Now how many mole they use? 0.1 mole of this is converted into 0.1 mole of MnO4 minus, that means 0.1 mole of electron. 0.1 mole of electron, that means it is nothing but 1 Faraday or 1 mole of electron. This is nothing but 0.1 Faraday. 1 Faraday is equal to 96,500 Coulomb. Then 0.1 Faraday is equal to dash X. So X is equal to 9650 Coulomb. So option